Hey, Manuel.
David, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It is so nice to be here with you today.
It is
Big fan of your
a
podcast.
it is a pleasure to be speaking with you. As I think most people would agree, you're probably the fan favorite, in the show. I mean, amongst others, of course.
There are a lot of
Um, but let's get into this. So, you're a musician, University of Toronto. You studied computer science, but you left that for the challenge of acting. And I
Mhm.
think it seems like a full circle moment for you to be playing a character like Jade. Can you talk about the evolution of his character from season one to season three?
Yeah, in a word, ego death. I think Jade came from a place that he had cultivated immaculately. He was king of the castle. You know what I mean? He was a tech entrepreneur. I suspect he wasn't just a showman, but also like a coder, like he had something going on, and he created this world for himself. He created his universe, and the minute he arrives in town, all of that is gone. His friend is his only contact, his only connection to the outside world, the only person in the world who could reinforce that world to him, to reflect it back, and gone. So now he's got to like reimagine himself in a place where nobody knows who he is, nobody understands his value, and he's obsessed with getting out of there.
Mm.
So over the course of 3 seasons, we slowly watch him unravel, and yeah, it's pretty intense.
Is there a particular theme about Jade that just really compels you?
Like the Jurassic Park theme. Dun, 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 dun. No. Is there a theme about Jade that compels me? Um,
Or just an aspect of his character?
yeah, what I like about him, what makes him fun to play, is that I imagine him as somebody who has two things going for him. One, he's totally comfortable in the world. I imagine him as a man who walks through life in his pajamas. Like he
Mm.
just doesn't care what
Mhm.
anybody thinks or says about him. But also, he cares deeply what's going on and what's going on with the people around him. We
Mm.
see both sides of him, and we see that quite a lot. We see him sometimes with in random connection with people, whether it's Bakta, whether it's Victor, whether it's Tian Chen. He opens up. He becomes very vulnerable with them in a way that he doesn't necessarily with Jim or with other characters on the show. He needs to be, a little bit more brave and cunning and stuff like that. But with them, he is just a regular human being who doesn't think he's above anybody, doesn't think he's below anybody. He's right there with them on their level, and he sees them. That's really compelling to me. And then this other side of him where he just lives in the moment, like he's constantly dealing with everything, and everything is like, I feel his nerves are right on the surface, very frayed, very sensitive, light, sound, everything annoys him to the most, and he is just desperate to get out of there, get back to his real world and his life.
So I love those connections and the vulnerability that he's been displaying more. Is there a particular scene or maybe a moment in season three that you're very excited for fans to see?
Yeah, there are a few. I love my scene with Tom out by the bottle tree. It's
Mm.
such a turning point for Jade and for Tom too, because we shot that in the snow and he was freezing cold the entire time, but he never complained about it. Reed is amazing. I love every scene I have with him. Um, there's a great moment in the final episode, which, by the way, I haven't seen the final episode yet. I've
Oh,
seen
you haven't?
episode
Okay.
9. Great Jade moment at the end with Tabitha and Jim, where everything comes together. It's like the character, what sort of my own personal elements that I brought to this character, how it all kind of weaves together to
Mhm.
answer this question. And as I was reading the script, it was blowing my mind. I felt like, oh my God, am I actually in the movie? Like, am I being watched? Like, is it the Truman Show? Wait, but isn't that Jade's thought? Like, there was a very sort of meta moment where I was like, I don't know what's real anymore. Very confusing. I'm very excited to see what the fans say about it. But because I don't spend too much time on social media, I guess I'll have to hear about it secondhand through you and everybody else when I watch your YouTube channel.
Oh, for sure. First of all, that would be amazing if you ever watch my videos. So that would be
I
awesome.
do. They're hilarious.
Oh my
I
gosh.
will
Come
admit
on. Don't,
though, I watch them on double speed so I can get through them
that's
faster.
fine.
And it's even funnier, but there you go. That's just me.
Thank you. First of all, thank you. That's oh my gosh. Like if I were a little lighter, I'd be blushing right now. Um, so okay, I love the fact that you brought that up with Jade and Tabitha because throughout the season we've been seeing their pursuit for answers, and I love how they're just coming together.
Yeah.
And in the finale, Tabitha has a certain revelation about her and Jade's connection. I know you don't know what happens after the season, and I think that means it's safe to speculate. But how do you think Jade will react if and when he hears about Tabitha's revelation about their connection?
Yeah, I think well, he does
Mm,
in that last moment. He does. Uh, yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I think it's definitely going to test his sobriety. I think it's going to test his
mm,
ability to cope with Tabitha's family and what that means and the history of it, which, on the one hand, Jade had no part in, but also it seems like he did.
mm,
If we're to believe the story as it's being presented to everybody, it's iterative. So that's interesting. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to Jade. I'm worried that he might go further off the deep end or further commit himself to finding some way to repair or maybe it isn't about escaping. Maybe it's about fixing the problem in order to escape, right? It isn't about finding the perfect portal. It's about fixing the broken toy and then the portal appears. So maybe that's it. I don't know.
mm, mm.
Yeah, we're speculating.
Um, last thing, one word to describe the whole season. What would you give it?
Unconventional.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. Everything about it is unconventional. The timing, it's, I used this word before, but I'll use it again because I didn't use it with you. It's desynchronizing.
Mm,
We got used to season two where nobody dies, and then all of a sudden they start playing with that convention.
mm, mm-hmm.
I think, um, I think people will be surprised and
Okay.
shocked and wanting more.
Okay. Hey, I'll take that. I will take that. Thank you, David, so much for your time. It is such a pleasure to talk to you, man. I really appreciate it. And you're doing great work. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you're new here and you like what you see, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss out the next time I drop a video. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.